Good morning, everyone. Controller Scott back here at LAX, and today
I'm headed to Montreal, but I'm not flying here on this Air Canada flight because Montreal was my final destination. I'm using this flight to reposition for my business class flight booked on points to Europe all the way to Budapest, Hungary. In order to make this itinerary work, I had to do an overnight stay at the Marriott in-terminal hotel at the Montreal airport. Was it worth it to do all this to fly business class at the rate I found? I'll let you know all this shortly. It's all coming your way next. KLM 672 Heavy, clear for takeoff, runway 24 left. Hi everyone, I'm Scott. I'm an air traffic controller by day and a travel enthusiast year-round. I love premium travel, and when possible, I love to leverage my credit card benefits for exciting trips. So come along for the journey. If you enjoy my content, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It means the world to me, and I'm very grateful for your support. Keep watching till the end of this video to find out where I'm headed next. With a 50% promo transfer bonus that I had on my Chase Sapphire credit card, I transferred 32,000 points to book a night at the Marriott in-terminal hotel in Montreal. And while I'm about to review my experience on an international business class flight, I could not help it but to show you the view from my room. If you enjoy watching airplanes like me, you would likely agree that this is one of the best views from a hotel room. Anyway, it is time to go to our first stop on this international business class journey after security, the Air France lounge operated by Plaza Premium Lounges. This is our priority pass lounge, but only eligible Air France and KLM passengers are allowed to enter between the hours of 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. daily at the time of this recording. At this lounge, don't expect a huge variety of food options. I say enjoy what you can, but save your appetite for the flight. I didn't regret my decision later. And while the food selection was decent, don't expect something robust like the United Polaris lounges you would see in the United States. I felt the gluten-free options here were lacking. The lounge also had a full-service bar that I was unable to record due to crowding. The views of the airport and the lounge were fabulous, as I had an opportunity to get a first glance at the plane that would take me over the Atlantic in business class. This is aircraft registration Papa Hotel Alpha Oscar Bravo, a KLM Airbus 330-200 that was 20 years old at the time of this recording. KLM uses a bus gate at Montreal. After everyone crowded into 2 jet buses during what appeared to be a chaotic boarding process, we finally arrived at the nose of the airplane. And row 2 is where my wife and I will be seated for the next 6+ hours. Because of the messy boarding process, the flight was running behind schedule by almost 30 minutes. Still, the kind flight attendants served pre-departure beverages of orange juice and champagne.
So the hard product on this Airbus 330 is in a 2x2x2 configuration with 18 seats in business class.
KLM plans on retiring these planes in the next several years in favor of new Boeing planes like the 787. But for a 20-year-old plane, it was well kept inside. While it's a seat that turns into a lie flat, it isn't its own suite. But it is still very comfortable and has all the amenities you expect from a business class seat. Speaking of amenities, let me go over the KLM Business Class Amenity Kit for this flight. The kit contained a pair of socks, an eye mask, lip balm, face cream, earplugs, toothbrush and toothpaste, and a pen. So in all, while the seat may not be its own suite, and I think it lags behind today's business class seat standards, you have to overlook this seat for KLM's amazing in-flight service. And despite the tardy departure, KLM quickly recovered. I cannot wait to share my experience with you.
This flight has got off to a really amazing start, and the attention to detail from the flight crew is 5 stars.
And with that said, the in-flight service started shortly after takeoff, with hot towels given to all the passengers in business class. As we are close to getting to the first of 2 meals on this flight, let's take a look at the menu. While I show you the menu, I want to say that because I ordered a special gluten-free meal, the food items on the menu that you see here would not apply to me. so I had no idea what I'd be eating on this flight. KLM had plenty of alcoholic drinks and a wine list, but prefer to have a non-alcoholic beverage? Well, KLM has you covered as well.
So it's about time for our dinner, so let's feast.
The meal service started with this cup of mixed nuts in one of KLM's dishes decorated with Dutch houses. For beverages, I ordered a glass of champagne and my wife ordered a glass of apple juice. My wife originally ordered the mocktail, but they did not have it catered on this flight. It was just a minor inconvenience. As the sun sets on this beautiful June day, it's time for the main course, and also the anticipation of my unknown gluten-free meal. Here's my starter of a side salad, turkey, veggies, and a gluten-free roll. My wife got the poached lobster and the endive salad. And then my main course came, consisting of yellow rice with broccoli, green beans, and shrimp. My wife ordered the vegetarian meatballs dish from the menu. For dessert, I got fruit and my wife got a cheese plate. We also got some chocolates designed as Dutch houses. After the meal, I went to the business class lavatory. While nothing special, it was neat to see that one of the walls was decorated with Dutch houses. Some hand lotions were also offered. As I got back to my seat, I want you to pay attention to the TV monitor. This flight was just over 6 hours long, and there's only 3 hours and 48 minutes left. One of the benefits of having a lie flat seat is to be able to sleep on an overnight flight. But with under 4 hours left and a breakfast service coming in just over 2.5 hours, I was wondering, how am I going to get any sleep on a flight like this? Well, the answer was simple. I wasn't. I will say that despite the seat is a little outdated, I do like KLM's business class cabin on their Airbus 330-200s, particularly because it only has 18 seats. As you see me watch KLM's excellent flight tracker, which is my favorite function of any in-flight entertainment, I was already starting to see my favorite view outside an airplane's window. It's the new day's sunrise. It didn't take long for the sun to come up on this flight, and it also didn't take long before it was already time for our before landing meal. I was enjoying this flight, and it was going way too quick. Here was my gluten-free breakfast meal, which felt more like a lunch. It was a salad with hummus, hash browns, and beans, along with fruit. My wife got the items from the menu, which were the muesli, French toast, and a cold-plated smoked salmon salad. Now, after our pre-landing meal, when you fly KLM's World Business Class, I would arguably say that the best part of flying KLM in business is getting these.
For the whole time.
Yes.
It's okay if you get some video.
Yes, that was the one I was looking at too.
Which one do you want?
One more.
One more. Which one do you want?
That one right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
Did you
good.
like it?
Okay. Yeah, we got it. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. These KLM Delft houses steal the show in KLM's World Business Class. They have one for every year that they have been in business, which is 105 years at the time of this recording. The houses come with a small amount of gin in them. And if you're wondering what house years we got years 54 and 55 out of the 105 available when this was recorded. KLM has certainly been in business for a very long time. And yes, these Delft houses are a collector's item. As the flight approaches Amsterdam, let me say that this was an excellent flight. My only complaint was that it was just too short. But when you fly from the East Coast of North America to Europe, that is to be expected. Still, I say it was totally worth the award redemption to fly KLM's World Business Class. Now, the flight did leave 30 minutes late out of Montreal. Our original connection time was only 1 hour and 5 minutes to get to our flight to Budapest in Amsterdam. But during the flight, my wife and I had no worries, particularly because we were having such a great time sitting up in business class. It turned out despite the long passport control line after we landed, we still made our connection easily. The KLM app said that we'd have enough time to make our connecting flight, and they were right. Our bags made it too, no issues. So how much did this one-way ticket cost? It was 62,100 points and $284.02 each. And that included the connecting flight. And now I have some bonus coverage of KLM's European business class for my flight from Amsterdam to Budapest. These seats within Europe have some extra legroom, but are set in the economy class setting with the middle seat being blocked. This Boeing 737-800 registered Papa Hotel Bravo X-Ray Foxtrot was 25 years old at the time of this recording, but appeared to be well kept. This flight from Amsterdam to Budapest was 1 hour and 35 minutes. Now, in business class in Europe on these shorter routes, you typically get a meal on many flights, and KLM was no exception to that. However, ordering a special meal request was not an option for this flight. After ordering a glass of sparkling water, the kind flight attendant distributed these breakfast boxes. Let me go over the KLM breakfast box and I'll show you what's inside. On top were utensils, butter, and today's menu, which consisted of mango coconut granola, plain yogurt, mixed fresh fruit, and pancakes with strawberry, raspberry, and mint chutney. From this box, I only ate the yogurt and the fresh fruit. As my flight descends into Budapest, that's about a wrap on this KLM business class experience. And it was a great one. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It means the world to me, and I'm very grateful for your support. I'll see you on the Danube River on my next video. Be safe out there, and for now, so long.